This is how my story begins.
Hello, this is Beta Ray Ben for Pixel Spank. Today I'm playing Spider-Man,
I thought my powers could
based
help
on the
make
hit
up for that.
movie Spider-Man.
Last time I saw Uncle Ben alive, we argued.
Actually looks pretty good,
Took out my
to be fair.
frustration in the ring. Poor Bonesaw never even saw me coming.
You remember this in the film. Now, I'm sure Bonesaw was incredibly hairy.
Promoter cheated me, so I didn't think it was my problem when he got robbed.
Oh, this won't come back to haunt him at all, I'm sure.
12 Henry, call back on that 187 in connection with the carjacking at the 42nd Street Library.
10-4. Suspect is believed to be a member of the Skulls gang. Proceed with caution.
Then he changes his mind, apparently. So yeah, this is Spider-Man on PS2. It's a true classic. No, it's not. It's really not. This was like on the eve of greatness. Spider-Man 2, excellent game, well revered. Go back and play it. It really holds up, at least in the web swinging. This one, not so much.
Uncle Ben,
Mostly because that city street you see below
I have to find
doesn't
the guy who
exist.
did it.
The game takes place entirely indoors and on rooftops. Which may not sound that bad, but it makes for a really weird experience.
At this point. But Spider-Man is a different story.
It's also entirely mission based. There's an Activision sign in the background.
This is supposed to be the Skulls territory. I'll find Uncle Ben's killer if I have to go through every one of the Skulls to do it.
You know, the skulls. Alright. Take a running leap and you learn to fly. Yep, that worked. This subscribes to the web swinging school of doesn't need to attach to anything, just up is enough. That is a helicopter. Maybe I'm secretly webbing to that. If you fall enough, you just die. Straight up. I don't even have to hold the button down to do this. It just does it for me. Trying to remember the buttons here. Okay. Not a lot you can do in the air, as it seems. I'm assuming that radar is a radar and it's telling me to go somewhere. No idea where, though. Alright, just fall. Did I take damage from that? Oh, I remember now, I remember. The arrow tells you what direction to go in. The one on the right tells you the elevation. Like the Hit U2 song. Vertigo. This is the place. Oi, dickhead.
You should have stayed home, kid.
Oh yeah, the combat sucks as well. I've just remembered that.
What's with the getup, chump?
You don't have like... You barely have any webs. No. Alright. Now, I will point out, I did skip the apparently crucial tutorial mode. I'm hoping this will teach me something. My god, it's all combo based. Right, okay. Just hammer the button.
They didn't know anything, but I
See, there's a little interesting fact about Spider-Man that when he fights street folks like that, he pulls his punches so as not to destroy them.
If you press the zip line button, you'll zip
I remember
the
this guy.
direction you're crawling. Of course, you'd know this if you played the basic tutorial, but I guess you're just cooler than the rest of us.
I remember him being very funny, and he returns for the sequel and is equally as funny. A good joke about a ham sandwich in there. Spin flip. So this outfit he's wearing, this is the costume he makes for wrestling, isn't it? I think. It's a bit convoluted. I'm pretty sure that's where he has it. Because he needs an outfit that hides his face, so that's the logic there. Climb. But then he stops that and he gets his actual outfit. I'm now remembering, in the comic books, that is how he gets his initial costume. Because he was a wrestler. Like, the whole wrestling thing was supposed to be a bigger deal.
another dead end.
Like, he actually existed on the circuit for more than one fight. That sort of thing. So that makes sense why he has a cool costume. But in the Spider-Man, the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, I should say, to be specific. Well, that was the only one called Spider-Man. I don't know if it's ever really addressed where his costume comes from. Is it implied that he makes it? Because it's really like, because presumably he makes this one you're seeing now, which means if he makes the other one, could he just not be asked the first time? Because it's substantially better. But I quite like the top, the way it's clearly spray painted, and he made 2 different things to do the front and back. Is this where I want to go? Very hard to land. I don't know if there's actually full damage or not, but it is hard to land. Looking at it now, the elevation meter and the radar thing on the right, that's like the worst way to navigate. Oh shit, I have guns. I have webs. Far better than guns. Yeah. Take that. That blue bar underneath my health is my web meter. Inexplicably, it runs out. They've made Spider-Man, you know, worse somehow. They didn't need to do it. If you're buying a game where you play as a superhero based on a superhero film, it's okay to feel powerful. Particularly against the nobody thugs. That's it. Gently climb up. Oh. Still got miles to go. Possibly. So this is him trying to find his uncle's killer. And inexplicably all the bad guys roam around on rooftops. Implying that they didn't really have this as an idea of a level they wanted to do, but they had to add it in at a later date. Because it's based on, it's supposed to be a movie tie-in game, so they have to have at least some semblance of movie tie-in in there. There was a guy around this corner, I'm sure of it. Alright. That wasn't me being an idiot walking off there. There is something of a control issue where he keeps walking in whatever direction you're going. Like, how best to describe it? It's very hard to describe. He can't... It's just not quite right, you know? Most games nowadays, I would say, control perfectly, but this was not that time. Yeah, take this. Look at this move. Impressive, wasn't it? Alright. Oh, kick. Why haven't I been kicking more? Oh. Oh, apparently he's the guy I'm after. He has sunglasses and a better coat, so he must be kind of a boss.
What makes you think I won't?
The real question, why are you hanging around on rooftops, guys? This is like a long way up. You can't really conduct crime from up here. Also, I'd really like to know just how accessible rooftops are in reality. Because I've never been on a rooftop where I haven't been like working on a building site and had special access for whatever reason. If you've never been on the roof of your own house, I advise, next sunny day you get, go and do it. You'll have a bit of fun. You'll get a whole new perspective on your neighbourhood for a start. Unless you have like a balcony and a flat roof, then you probably won't get any new perspective. But other than that, you know, it's a fun thing to do. If you've got a pitched roof, i.e. a roof with like an angle on it, it's even more fun because you get to climb up to the ridge. Don't do it if it's raining. I'm gonna land on this helicopter. No, that's physically impossible. So I'm heading to a warehouse, which I'm guessing is that one down there. Nope, it's behind me now. Yep, okay. Is this it? This feels like something, doesn't it? Oh, that may have actually been it.
They can have whatever's left after I'm done.
So all that work beating up thugs on rooftop gave him a 20-second advance on the police. Which in the films, he just follows the police there, doesn't he? I'm pretty sure. Search for justice, level completion 700. Oh, is there a shop? No. There might be an upgrade shop in this. I've got a feeling there is. Trust your spider sense. When it goes off, get out of there. This warehouse is clearly an apartment building.
Man,
Actually, no.
people gotta
No,
be
it's a
more
bit more
careful.
warehousey.
The cops could show up at any time.
And behold, the really awkward rooftop crawling scene.
You see those heavily shadowed areas? Whenever you're in a shadowed spot like that, you become invisible to the bad guys.
I will say that the Amazing Spider-Man game, movie game, the web slinging wasn't as good as Spider-Man 2, but they got the stealth pretty good. In as much it was very clear when you were stealth and when you weren't. And if you were stealth, you could do some cool shit. Mainly, you could duck down, web someone up, and just up to the roof. Apparently, it owes a lot to Arkham. Ooh, new combo. Backflip kick. Square XO. Nope. Alright. I can't tell if you need to... I think you have to be in proper combat to do the combos.
What's with
I don't know if it's... Alright.
mess with who's that?
Alright, so that didn't work at all. Yeah. I can't figure out how to do a combo. It's not the kind where you just mash the button combo in perfectly and it does it for you. So it must be the kind where you have to like time it as you do the action, but that doesn't seem to work either. But I seem to be able to mash it some of the time to do some combos. Yeah, where am I going? Oh, yep, did that by accident. Cool as it was, it's not helping me. Up. Nope. Nope. Okay. I presume I have to go on one of these. Probably through this massive door. Nope, there's nothing here. What kind of warehouse is this exactly? There's some stripped cars in there. There's a raised platform. There's this little number, which seems like a whole affair. Door.
Looks like the freak wants to play.
Alright. Yeah, take that. Totally meant to do it. Oh yeah? Yeah? Watch that. Right, so yeah, that's gone badly. He's still webbed though, so fair play on that front. Is there a block button? That's what I really need to know. Or some kind of dodge? No, is the answer to that. There's also no subtitles. I learned that earlier. Yeah, check this out.
I'm embarrassed.
Nothing you can do against that.
You're so dead.
Yep, definitely. I can't figure out how to combo.
You lost, kid.
Tough guy, huh?
The thing is, it doesn't really tell you if the combos do more damage or what. So, it's not really much point in experimenting.
Just for giggles, press the punch button near an object to try picking it up. Press punch again to throw it. Don't have time to pick it up? Too lazy? No problem. The kick button will launch an item without picking it up. There. Was that simple enough for you? Or should
Can I
play
web
the
an
whole
item?
Game for you?
Yeah, fuck you. Oh, right, that was explosive. Obviously, that barrel had to be full of...
If you hold down
God
the
only knows what,
triangle
dark
button,
matter,
you can
maybe.
Web up an enemy, stopping him in his tracks. He'll break out sooner or later though, so don't get too comfy.
There's been a fair few, not hard, but definitely difficult fights already. Do I have to go through here? No. Oh, cool. It's actually quite enjoyable for a change. No. This would be fine. The only issue is the just controlling him is just wrong. He doesn't. He sort of runs too much. The best way I could describe it would be if you play a game where the controls are clearly set for a character in an outdoor open environment and you move them indoors. Just Cause comes to mind, where the controls work fine when you're outdoors and moving a lot, and there's little intricacy. But when you've got to get up these stairs over here, it's just really difficult. And I reckon I know why. At the start of the game, it asked me if I wanted to use the control stick or the control pad to move, which I thought was odd, and I now realise that it's probably because there's no actual proper analog controls. It's just all done on the control pad, and they've just mapped it so that the analog stick is that on the control pad, like it's 8-way directional. Yeah, it's just not quite right. I also don't know where the hell I'm going. I feel like there should be a door here, but there isn't. Unless there's one in the ceiling I'm not seeing. Okay. Definitely not one there. I came in through this way, so that's not the answer. Unless all this just led to the secret area over there. Wait, hang on. What was this? Was this a dead end? Yes. Unless there's something on the roof. No. Okay, so that's nothing. Can I open this perhaps? Back in the day it was hard to make, full 3D games like this, so to pad the length they made the levels incredibly hard to figure out where you're going. I'll tell you what, Destiny 2 was a master of that, making levels big as fuck with lots going on, but you always knew where you were going just through good level design and sort of pathing, and every now and again just pointing you in a direction. But seriously, where do I have to go? Because I'm at a loss. Is this a thing I can... Oh, I've got a fire extinguisher. Fuck you. Can I get through here? Nope, that's physically impossible. I came in through here, but I don't know, it doesn't feel like I'm supposed to backtrack at all, if ever. This is where I started, isn't it? Yeah. Remember, the police are on their way, so we've got that to look forward to. Eventually you will fight the Green Goblin. I also seem to remember the vultures in this. There's probably other smaller villains, but I can't think who at this point. Alright, just follow the left-hand wall until you find something. That's a good trick. Now this is a secret area, so logically this isn't where... Yeah, this is nothing, but I'd be a fool not to check it out again. Definitely nothing. Maybe the thieves installed a hidden... Oh, so I just had to walk at that door and it would open for me.
Stop right there, murderer!
Huh? What the? Don't let him through. I got
The size of that gun.
through.
In the film, you just think he's a simple carjacker who later in another film turns out to be working with Flint Marko, but in reality, he's the head of a huge conspiracy of criminals. Alright, do this web thing. Yeah, boy! Oh, I thought that killed everyone. Throw a lot of them around. Keep throwing them. Throw this bandsaw, yeah. I think that was actually a circular saw, but I had to be quick for the joke to be even marginally effective. I don't think I was successful. One of the greatest carjacking rings in history, and they were going after Uncle Ben's piece of shit Buick. I don't actually know what car he had, but I do know it was a piece of shit.
I'll have to get that back if I want to open that door.
Alright, but where is it? Where did they have time to stash it that I didn't notice when everything went to shit a minute ago? It's going to be in this room. Logically, it has to be on the ground, but for video game design reasons, it's probably not. This was the door I had to open, so it's not going to be, through that door. Is there something around here? Oh, shit. Oh, wow, that killed you in one. See, in one of the loading screens, which I believe I've cut out, it tells you when your spidey sense goes off to get out of there. But it doesn't tell you how, in any way. Look, see there it is. Trust your spider sense. When it goes off, get out of there. Depending on where this puts me, I may stop playing this and load a different save. Also, the loading times are heinous. I forgot. I haven't like the PS2. People love it as a console. Horrifying load times. Right, let's get out of this then. Yeah, that's fine. Yes, I'm thinking there's 2 memory cards in this console. One of them's probably got save data for this game on it somewhere. If not, the video just ends now. But I'm pretty sure it'll be on there. Okay. First off, what are the specials? Credits, cheats. Wow, that is a blast from the past. They're not cheats you have to buy. They're cheats you just put in via code. Secret store. Well, I've unlocked none of those. Obviously, I haven't unlocked any of them because I haven't loaded any data in yet. If I load something, what have we got? Select memory card. Let's go slot 1. Oh, right. No Spider-Man. No. Okay, so there's no data in either. So my attempts at doing that did not work out. Level warp, does that get me anywhere else? No, it's just what I've done today. Might just see what cheats are available. So according to this list, there are a few cheats available. I can play as Knuckles, not the Echidna, but the character from the Skull Gang. I can have never-ending webbing. Green Goblin Flyer never overheats. Don't even know what that means. I can play as the Shocker. Play as Mary Jane Watson Parker. They never marry. Master Code plays. There's actually quite a few. I'm gonna enter one that just says Master Code. I'm hoping this will unlock all of them. It's got that vibe to it. I presume it's not case sensitive. What I like is the code is arachnid. Which, I mean, logically, you could almost guess that as a code, couldn't you? You could remember it, certainly. Okay, right. So the fact that there was that laughing means it's presumably worked, but I thought it might bring up a code telling me what it did. Special Vulture mode. Wrestler Spider-Man. Alex Ross Spider-Man. The hell is Alex Ross Spider-Man? Cool combat moves. Players Green Goblin. Alright. I'm now curious as to see what this actually does for you. That's okay. Classic left analog stick. Superhero mode. No, I don't want to reset my bonus, but who would ever want to reset bonus points? I don't even know what that means. Alright, skip that. Look for, yeah, we know what we're doing. Says I get to play as the Green Goblin. Possibly. I'm not sure. The code is very complicated and confusing, but I want to see it through. Alright, skip that. Alright. I have to exit to the main menu now. This is how it used to be, though. You know, you didn't pay for the cheat or upgrade or whatever, and you just got it, right? You'd have to find a code. Some other genius would figure out how the code worked. Then there'd be a number of steps to go through, which would be impossible to remember. Alright, so now I have to enter the cheat again. It's CH, isn't it? Yeah. Right. Okay, that's worked. Okay, so now, if I go to level warp, these should all be open. Yes, they are. Weirdly, they're in reverse order though. So that's 1, that's 2. But I'm going up to get to them. Birth of a Hero, Oscorp's Gambit, the subway station, Chase through the sewer, Showdown with Shocker, Vulture's Lair, Vulture escapes, Air Duel with Vulture, Corralled, Protected Scorpion, interesting, Scorpion's Rampage, okay, Coup d'etat, The Offer, Ride Goblin, Race Against Time, The Razor's Edge, Arbat's Destroyed, I don't know what an Arbat is, Breaking and Entering, Chemical Chaos, Oscorp's Ultimate Weapon, Escape from Oscorp, where there's super soldiers, Mary Jane Kidnapped, Face Off at the Bridge, Conclusion. Amazing. Alright, so what do I actually have to do now? Alright, so watch this. Oh, I see. So basically what happened was when I started the game and set it at the hardest difficulty, that set that to the difficulty. But to beat the game on a certain difficulty, all you have to do is do the final level, which is Conclusion, which isn't a level, it's a cinematic. So by doing this will essentially count it as I've completed the game.
Mr. Osborn, why?
Surprised? Yes, I suppose you would be. But the best surprise is still to come.
That's not remotely Willem Dafoe. And that's a shame. At least I'm pretty sure it's not Willem Dafoe. I've got the box here, it should tell me on the back.
Tell Harry I'm sorry.
I don't think that's him.
I'm sorry too.
I thought it would say on there, but
Mary Jane.
if it was the case, it would have
Something
definitely
happened
said.
to you.
I know, Tiger. You don't have to say.
Credits, that's where it'll be. Oh, they're kissing. Good for them. You remember, all this took place on the bridge. Not in that weird place under a bridge.
Go outside and play.
Voice talents, yeah. So they got Toby. Oh, apparently they did get Willem Dafoe. You phoned it in a bit. The voice of the tutorial is Bruce Campbell. I did not realise that. And Josh Keaton as Harry Osborn. Josh Keaton. James Franco, Harry Osborn. Typically, if I'd have just waited 10 minutes, it would have told me this. I now realise someone massive is missing from this list. They didn't get, what's his name? Jameson. I think, is Jameson even in this, actually? I don't know that he is. They didn't get, what's his face for it. I'll remember his name in a minute. That's going to annoy me. Alright. Now, if I go to this secret store. There we go. So, yeah, I can play as different characters. The Alex Ross Spider-Man. Okay. Play the game as Green Goblin, Harry Osborn. I think he's a full-on separate character, though. Like, it's not a costume. It is literally a different character. Alright. I'll go back to normal, because the game's insanely difficult as it is. Will this be worth it? Almost certainly not. J. Jonah Jameson was played by famous actor. He's been in loads of things. He's really funny. J.K. Simmons, that's it. He was in Whiplash, of course. Hilarious film. Inexplicably got ripped to be in Justice League and was in like 3... Look, I'm the Green Goblin.
Using Dad's goblin gear is just nuts. That weird invoice I found with Dad's stuff sure made it look like he was hiring the Skulls gang to do dirty work for him.
Fly!
To know what he was
Oh,
doing.
wow.
Look out, Skulls. There's a new Green Goblin in town.
Wow. Oh, the guy just got fuel. What happens when it runs out? Apparently nothing. Oh, you can just hover. Got missiles. And that's gone. Okay. Oh. Oh, I think there were bombs I've just laid. This is crazy that they put this in the game. I was mocking them for like artificially enhancing the length, but to put in a whole other character that's completely different. There's a different movement style and everything. It's nuts. Alright. Here we go, fuckers. Yeah. Wow. You remember that famous goblin ability? Super speed running. It feels like I'm playing a GTA mod. Oh, I fell. Kick, punch. So that's instead of webbing. Because he probably can't climb up walls. He can't run up them either. Yeah, so the combo's still the same. What is it? Goblin controls. Okay. Bombs, yeah, multi-bombs. Alright, so apparently I'm... Oh, yep, I threw a bomb. I don't know how I did that though, because the controls it gave me don't seem to work. Alright, let's just not fly into that corner. Flying this is incredibly difficult, because it never shows you quite where you're actually going. It shows you almost where you're going, but not quite. Not quite. I'm going to attempt to use this in combat, though. I'm the Green Goblin, you fool! Oh, I can just go straight up. Well, that's significantly easier. Hey, dickhead. Behind you! Oh. Well, that went badly. Apparently this has some weird limited health / life to it. You know, like the real glider. Because they didn't want you to be overpowered. Or maybe I actually just destroyed myself. Yeah. Come get me. I dare you. He can't quite really do anything, can he? Oh. Yeah. A lot of the like weapons on this don't really seem to do anything. I almost want to play the whole game like this to see if they change up every cutscene to make logic of this fact. But at the same time, I'm sort of bored because it's not a brilliant game. It will be very hard to get this, I suspect. But somehow I managed. I wonder if Bruce Campbell treats you as though you're the Goblin and not Spider-Man. Get up. Why, I'm the super speedy Green Goblin, obviously. Bomb. Throw a bomb. There you go. Goblin bomb. Goblin bomb. Oh, I realise I'm out of webbing. Or the equivalent, which is why nothing works. Yeah? Well, take this. Yeah. Oh, he's not dead. This is definitely going to explode in a minute. Right, I've got to stop. It's not a brilliant game, is it? This has been Spider-Man 1 on PS2. Not great. The second one's just better in every respect. Although the inclusion of the Goblin is impressive. And I now realise clearly, quite obviously, why they didn't get what's his name, James Franco, to be the voice of Harry. They got the other guy, his name I recognise as an actual voice actor. I've got a feeling he plays Spider-Man in something else. It's because he probably doesn't have any lines in the actual original game, except maybe a few. But just all of this stuff he does have. What is that helicopter doing? Alright, well, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.